Can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat.
ESBR Boxing in association with Sharp Betting. Myself and Owen, we are back. We are here talking final predictions between Charlie Edwards and Andrew Cain, a fight that takes place for the British Commonwealth and WBC International Silver Bantamweight title fight, obviously on the undercard of the Nick Ball TJ Henry fight that we were talking about from the Echo Arena in another one of our previews. So feel free to check that out. Owen, I think Charlie Edwards is a guy that's been around a while as well. People obviously know about him. Obviously, he had the kind of the good sort of run. Had the fight against Martinez. We kind of stepped out. He's kind of been away for a little bit. He's come back. Everyone's kind of knows him. Good victory last time out against Thomas Somba. Went the distance there. And again, Andrew Cain, the kind of guy that's, he's only 28, but obviously a very impressive 13-1 record with 12 KOs. So obviously it's a guy that carries power, also well known to British boxing fans. The first thing I'm going to ask you, Owen, is this question. Who wins this one, Owen? Talk to me. Who wins it now?
I think there's only two methods of victory in this fight. It's either Charlie Edwards points or Andrew Cain KO. And I think Andrew Cain is going to knock Charlie Edwards out. I think, I was in Telford when Andrew Cain, went gung-ho. He knocked down Baluta, knocked him down early. I was a bit shocked at how early he knocked him down and went charging in, and it bit him in the arse a little bit. I think he'll have learned from that. Charlie Edwards, ex-WBC champion. Is it easier to win a WBC title down at, your light flyweights, your flyweights, etc.? Probably slightly easier. It's a difficult one. He took some time out to sort his head out. He changed trainers, fought on about 8 different promotions since then. And obviously we're back for this, but I just think Charlie Edwards has got to get on his bike for every single round. He can't engage with Andrew Cain because he is a good boxer, Charlie Edwards. He's a good little boxer, but absolutely zero power, no pop in his punches. And if he tries to stand and trade with Andrew Cain, then he's on a one-way ticket to the hospital, unfortunately.
Do you think? Because you said mention it, you obviously mentioned Andrew Cain's power. You've obviously sat ringside, you've watched it, and as I mentioned there, 12 KOs in 13 victories. And as you mentioned with Charlie Edwards, not necessarily obviously carrying the same power. Well, he's not. Let's be perfectly honest with you, 7 KOs in 20. So do you see it as sort of black and white as if Edwards is going to win, it's going to have to be points. If Cain wins, it's going to be a stoppage. Or do you think there's any way that Andrew Cain could possibly outpoint Charlie Edwards? Do you think there's an unlikely event that Charlie Edwards could stop Andrew Cain, or is it literally as black and white as points Edwards or stoppage Cain?
For me, again, it could be completely wrong, but I think it is as black and white as Cain knockout or Edwards points. I think technically Edwards is probably the better boxer, but I think after the Baluta fight, Andrew Cain has learned and will have learned, if you hurt someone, don't go all guns blazing because, he's very raw, a lot of power, a lot of pop in his punches, but you could see he was just too keen to just go charging in. Don't know if it's that, the way Nick Ball style almost, demolition job, get him out as early as you can. But I think the Baluta fight was probably a good learning fight for him, going into that win, lose or draw, because Baluta's very, very awkward, bit of the boogeyman around those sort of weights. So I think for me, yeah, literally as black and white as Charlie Edwards points or Andrew Cain knockout. And I just don't think Charlie Edwards can keep on his bike for that long. I think he will get caught at some point, and I think when he gets caught, he's going to go.
Yeah. Do you want to? I actually, I did a preview show with Paul when I had Edwards on points, but you've swung me actually. I mean, you've swung me with that Baluta victory. You've swung me with that fact that you actually sat and watched Cain. So I'm actually going to agree with you. I actually think that at some point he will get caught. He will get caught by Andrew Cain, Charlie Edwards. I think that's sort of the inactivity in the miles and the clock will kind of play a factor in this as well. And I think that Cain will have too much and too much power. And I think he will actually stop him. Let me just bring in our aforementioned partner, Sharp Betting here, who have the odds. Andrew Cain, they agree with this, Owen. 2-7 favourite there. Charlie Edwards 11-4. You're a betting man as well, obviously. Chart betting betting on horse racing, boxing, and football, of which you yourself like to avail. But talking about boxing here, do you think is any merit from a betting angle for you to throw maybe a Charlie Edwards into an ACCA here, or do you think there's literally no point? You want to be sort of putting your money on Andrew Cain ACCA to boost that up?
I wouldn't say there's no point. I do quite strongly favour Andrew Cain to get the knockout, but if Charlie Edwards can get in there and frustrate Andrew Cain, if Andrew Cain goes looking for the knockout early, he's not finding those punches. He could overreach. He could tire himself out. So I think this is a definite possibility. It's not like a 95% Andrew Cain's definitely 100% knocking him out type of thing. But I just think Charlie Edwards, it's a lot, when you're facing a pressure fighter, a front foot fighter who's coming looking to take your head off. I just think it's a lot to ask to keep on your bike for that long. It could even be, like I say, the possibility of a Andrew Cain points victory if he scores a couple of knockdowns, swings around his way. But I just think it's a lot to ask for Charlie Edwards, and it's going to have to be a punch perfect performance. It's not absolutely out the realms of possibilities, in my opinion, but I do strongly favour Andrew Cain.
We are aligned, and sadly, that is all we've got time for. But let us know in the comments whether you agree or disagree with myself and Owen there on the Andrew Cain stoppage. Obviously, like and subscribe to the channel, ESBR Boxing. We've got your boxing needs under one roof. Go and check out Sharp Betting if you want to have a bet on this fight or other fights, horse racing or football. Obviously, do it through Sharp. And guys, let us know what you think. And Owen, as always, thank you very much for joining me, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. We'll have other previews and obviously big fight breakdowns, all that stuff coming soon. Thank you very much.
Pleasure as always, mate.